Hey y'all, it is Friday. I am so happy. It's been a long week. What's up, Chicky D? It's good to see you. Yes, it's Friday. Mm, yes, yes, yes. Hope everybody has had a productive day, a good day. We getting ready for the weekend. Yes, yes, yes. How y'all guys doing? I don't went to another song, but look, I haven't had my tequila yet, so maybe I need to get my tequila going. So look, I had a hard week this week, but I got through it. Thank God. Hey Gary, what's good? What's good? I'm just gonna talk just a few minutes before we start. Um, it's a lot going on in these YouTube streets tonight, honey. Yes, yes, yes. But I thought that this was a subject that most people um we talk about it, but it's like unless it happens to us, we can't we can't grasp why people do or stay in different relationships, with people that are abusive. Um and you guys know once it's out there in the social media, especially if it is people that are well known, like celebrities. Um, People are going to be talking about it in different platforms. And so, Kiki Palmer, hey, Watermelon, hey, Gary, hey, Chicky, and everybody that comes in. People really, I would say, Kiki Palmer was one of the American sweethearts. She started as a young childhood actor. I believe she started on Barbershop One. That was her first role, and then Akila and the Bee was, I think, her second role that she played on the major screen. And she had been doing a lot of other little like acting debuts on different TV shows and even movies. So she's been in Hollywood for a very long time because, like I said, she started when she was really young. I think maybe 8 or 9. But don't quote me on that. But she started at a very young age. But one thing about Hollywood can sometimes, especially for young minorities that come up in this field, depending on your experience, it can create a lot of insecurities in you. And then whatever you have going on in your home life. She came from a single parent home. Hey, Sickums, what's good? I'm not for sure where her father was, but her mother um, had a lot to do with her getting into the Hollywood scene, and I believe she is her manager, but she stick really close to Kiki, up when she was upcoming in her career, to even now. And but one thing that happened to her that also set up some insecurities in Kiki, she was touched at an early age by a female family member. And the female family member, she talked about it on one of her, I believe, Instagram stories, where she talked about how that affected her. Also, with her, being in a single parent home, I'm not sure where her father was. She was in a, field where your looks is what sells, and she kind of like I said, she was a young black little girl that came up in Hollywood, and uh, sometimes Hollywood is catered to, caution, persuasion. you know. And some people sometimes, different little black girls are overlooked for certain roles. And like I said, she she it was a lot of insecurities created from Hollywood, her home life, like I said, being molested by her cousin. I'm assuming it was an older cousin that was a woman that molested her. She also struggled with dating. She wasn't a person that dated a lot. When she did, she would not have the best of luck with men. And she didn't want to date someone that was really in her field of entertainment. She didn't want to date someone that was actually making the big money. She wanted an average guy, right? And sometimes you gotta be, and there's nothing wrong with the average guy, because average men, they do what they need to do for the most part for their families. They work, sometimes they work a second job to bring the money into their household or to take care of them. Hey, Captain Wolf, good to see you. And they do what they need to do. So there's nothing wrong with an average guy. But when she asked for, she said an average guy, but she ended up getting someone that didn't really have a job. From my understanding, he was saying that he was a personal trainer, right? But he actually wasn't a personal trainer. He had a history of not really working a solid job. And I'm not going to say, anything negative really about this young man, because I don't know all the ins and outs of their relationship. I was not there. But from what the stories have been going around, he has not had a regular job. And basically, he was, from what was said, he was living off of Keke Palmer. And she wanted a regular guy. She didn't want anyone in the entertainment field. She didn't want the rich guy, because she's dated a couple of rich guys and she said they're crazy too. So she's just not had the best, I would say, history when it comes to dating the opposite sex. And in this day and time, who does? I mean, you have a lot of different kind of things going on out here. People have a lot of different issues that's going on. So I'm just giving you a little bit of her background of, how she came up, maybe some of her insecurities that she's dealt with. And she also had, and she was very public about her skin condition. She has really bad acne. And when you're in Hollywood, like I said, they go on looks, but she struggled with that. And for any woman, when you have skin problems, it's an insecurity, right? So, like I'm just trying to give you, not dissect her, but I'm just trying to give you more of an understanding of maybe why she attracted, or she kept the situation that she was going through that was maybe toxic or volatile to her, even to her son. But then again, we don't know all the ins and outs. There's two sides to a story. And you guys know that I interviewed a guy, one of my supporters, D Santana, that had a history, not a history, but he ended up having a situation where he had domestic abuse situation with his ex girlfriend. And some people can change. They can be the abuser, and they can actually get into another relationship and be totally different, and because they have learned from what they've been through. So not everybody that has those type of issues in relationships, they don't always stay the same. They sometimes grow, they mature. And they don't take that into another relationship. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes it is a pattern after a pattern and a cycle after a cycle. And you see situations like this. Hey, Gartrell, what's good? So I'm going to share with you a little bit. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen some of the the videos and the lives about this situation. Like I said, it is very disheartening because it's like, to see this young lady, it's just, it's really disheartening. And it's like, why do people think that this is okay? You know what I'm saying? From the men and women, because men are sometimes abused too. They don't talk about it as much, but it happens.
Domestic abuse from popular TV personality Keke Palmer. The former host of GMA3 and the game show Password has been granted a temporary restraining order against her ex-boyfriend. Darius Jackson is the father of her 8-month-old son. The actress, who famously showed off her belly bump when she appeared on SNL, submitted shocking images to the court, taken from surveillance video, including this one of her being thrown over the back of a sofa, his hand around her throat. Keke Palmer alleges the domestic violence occurred here at her Los Angeles home over the course of 2 years. And she says the most recent incident happened last Sunday. It got so bad, she called police.
Screaming on the phone that the suspect was attempting to kill her.
In the court documents, Palmer says the abuse included striking and grabbing me around the neck and threatening to kill himself with a gun if I left him. Palmer says the abuse has gone on for 2 years. These photos from 2022 show Jackson allegedly manhandling her. She ends up at the bottom of the stairs. She also accuses him of hitting me in front of our son and spewing profanities about me to our son. Palmer's mother, Sharon, weighed in on the accusations last night, saying she reached out to Jackson's brother.
I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter.
We reached out to Palmer and her ex for comment, but did not hear back.
This was in New Edition, Inside Edition. Thinking about New Edition. This, she said she told his older brother, Darius Jackson's brother, which is named Sharonis. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these two brothers. Sharonis Jackson was on one of my favorite shows called Insecure that was on HBO. He played the guy that was sleeping with I can't think of her name, but Issa, I can't pronounce it right now, but it was her friend that was the attorney. And so her friend of the attorney, he was sleeping with her, but he was married at the same time. That was the storyline. But in real life, he was supposedly, Sharonis Jackson was supposedly had a girlfriend, but he ended up getting someone on the set. And I'm not for sure if it's on the Insecure set, or was it another TV set. But he ended up getting one of the actresses pregnant while he was still had a girlfriend at home. Now, this does not make him a abuser, okay? This makes him a cheater and a liar, right? But at the same time, it's been reported that both of these brothers have a history of being abusive to women. Okay. That's from and I got that from, let's see, one of the bloggers. Like I said, I'm doing some research because I don't like just saying stuff. It's called Sherelle's World. She talks a lot about what's going on in the celebrity world, and this is what she was saying, that this has been reported that they have this type of reputation. Now, I do believe people can change. I do believe, and I also believe that there's two sides to every story. But it's I will show you again. It's some clips of this young lady, basically on the ground, and he's above her with his hands about to strike her. So it's something to really, hey Superman, how are you, sweetie? It's something to really think about, okay? Because we can't go by he say she say. We gotta go by what actually we see. Victim unit in the house. Ow. So also there has been reports that Keke Palmer is from her friends saying that Keke Palmer is a manipulative person. Yeah, how you doing, TMS? That she was a manipulative person. Even the brother also said that she was a manipulative person and abusive. So we're gonna see. I also look at B with the T. And I'm gonna play this.
So Keke Palmer just filed a restraining order against her child's father slash ex-boyfriend now, Darius Jackson. Now it's getting very messy. Now, just to be clear, Keke is saying that he has been abusing her through their entire 2-year relationship.
So they've been together for 2 years and she's been going through some type of abuse. Now, I don't know if you guys believe that or not, but I don't know. Do y'all remember the live that I did this summer where he was really upset when she went to the Usher's concert, and she had on something that was really revealing, kind of showing her booty cheeks, and she was having a good time. Her and Usher were having a good time, and he was serenading her, and the boyfriend, Darius Jackson, well, ex-boyfriend, did not like that, and he made it very clear to her that he didn't like it, because he went on Instagram and he was talking about how a woman that's in a relationship and a mother shouldn't even be dressed like that, and basically how dare she do that. And she kind of rebutted and say, I can do what I want to, basically. And they broke up for a little while, but then they shortly got back together. So I'm assuming from what she's saying, even though, we didn't know that he was being abusive, um, there was something going on in the background. And that's why I say you can never be so surprised about people and their relationships, like, because we don't know what people are going through behind closed doors. It's people that you think got it going on. They have it all together and they're going through the worst situations that you could ever imagine.
Which is why she claimed she had to file a restraining order for her safety and their 8-month-old son's
Hey,
safety.
Dawn.
Now, if you're
What's
not
good?
caught up
Happy
with what's going
birthday.
on, you can watch
Hey,
my last
Archie,
video where I
Archie.
give a breakdown of
Hey,
everything that we know
Dub.
so far. So now Darius' brother is getting involved. Now, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Saris, but he went on Twitter going in on Keke. He called her abusive. He called her manipulative. He said the most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I have ever encountered in my entire life. Abuses almost everyone. Y'all will see. Just send positive energy to the babies. Any child in the middle of something like this does not deserve it at all. Wow, so damn sad. Now he's saying this about Keke, but the thing is, Keke came with receipts. There is footage.
Look at this. Now, I have seen women kind of stage men. And what I mean by that, they would do stuff and then either get in front of a camera, or they would, do it to where they would do something. Then when a person sees them, a witness, it's like the man is doing something to her. But with this, the camera was hidden. I'm pretty sure he didn't know the camera was in the house, because if he did, unless he's just extremely stupid, that this was something that he was kind of initiating. Now, I don't know what she said to him, and I don't care what a woman says to you, that doesn't give you a right to put your hands, and vice versa. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing him being the aggressor. Now, it's not like she can tell the camera, now film this right here, or nothing like that. This happened, and it happened in real time. This is on video. So it's kind of hard to stage this. You know what I'm saying? Now, she's a great actress, but I don't think this is nothing that she's acting about. And let me tell you this, just because, a woman is the aggressor, that doesn't mean the man needs to hit the woman. But also, I always say, women and men, keep your hands to yourself. If you don't want anybody hitting you, being disrespectful to you, keep your hands to yourself. If you can't do any better with somebody, and what I mean by that, if you can't have a relationship with someone because it always ends up into a fight, an argument, to the point to where it's volatile, then you need to move around. You really need to exit stage left, because you're going to get in situations like this, and for some people, it caused them their demise. And I don't care how much money you make, how good you look, how young you got it, you can snap back. Your life can be taken in a blink of an eye because you stayed a little too long in a situation. And I've seen it in men and women, because there are women that will kill a man. And it's not because they're it's self-defense. It's because they want to let that man know and everybody else know, if I can't have you, nobody else can. And the same with a woman, like I said. So in a man, so you have to make sure that you're in relationships that is going to be beneficial for the both of you. And I don't think these type of relationship is beneficial for anyone.
Of him being abusive towards Kiki, that she submitted to the police. But when Kiki's mom heard what this guy was saying about her daughter, this is what she said: I dare you mess with my family. Family means everything to me. You and your family act like sociopaths and like the world can't see it. You are a phony, and I saw you from day one. My daughter is kind, and our family treated you with kindness. And this is how you treat it? I won't take this laying down anymore. I'm done.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What?
So this is a family thing. This is a family or generational cycle of abuse. Then if the brother is saying I did it too, and now the younger brother's doing it, what has happened in their household? See, sometimes a domestic abuse it's a generational thing in some families. You have some men, all the men beat their women, or the other way around. Like I said, a lot of this is people with a lot of healing to do internally. And how you do that, I will say, is see that you got the problem, that it's, you have to recognize that it is not normal. That's number one. And once you recognize that something is not normal, then find out what your triggers are so that you won't allow certain things to trigger you to get to that point. There's certain people, personalities that can sometimes trigger you to switch really fast. And what I mean by that, different people, personalities can make you get out of yourself and do things that you probably wouldn't normally do, or because you have some unchecked healing to do, you got some unchecked I would say past situations with abuse, it triggers you whatever that person's personality is doing towards you. So basically, you have somebody that knows how to make you mad and go all the way to the deepest of your heart, right? So when you have those kind of bonds, those soul ties with people that know how to trigger you, and they know how to get to your heart, and they know how to just keep pushing it and pushing it and nitpicking at it, and you explode, and then you do something that you regret. That is something that is unchecked within you, because you shouldn't have put yourself in a position to deal with that type of person. And mind you, sometimes you don't even know you're dealing with that type of person until you started to have feelings for a person, and you guys have been together intimately, and you share some personal things together. Sometimes you don't know it until after, you know, you start to feel love or care for someone, you know. So it's not always vivid when a person is a certain way when we meet them, right? Sometimes it takes time to come out, and then when that person triggers you in that way, and you got some unchecked um behavior, you got some unchecked situations and drama and toxic kind of behavior, it's going to trigger what is in you and whatever's in them, and there you have a recipe for disaster right there.
So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy. We know he's the biggest fuck boy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women, just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuck boy and you're a part of the problem.
And he responded to everything she had to say. He said, quote me, "I never once said that to Sharon. Not once in my life. I have never been abusive to any of the women I ever been involved with. I'm not going to keep going with this circus, but Sharon, the world is about to hear your voice very soon and the threats you made to my family. Be well, everyone. I know it's easy to get caught up in this, but make no mistake that all of this is very sad." And you know what? I feel like this is going to be a complete mess. But Kiki has the receipts right now. I don't see anything coming from that end. But I do want to know what you guys feel about all of this. This is a lot. But leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll talk to you later.
Well, you know, and that is B with the T. I like her channel as well. She does a lot of celebrity news. You know, I'm not into celebrity news all the time, but it's good to, you know, if it's something you want to know, she's a good person besides Storm. Oh, I was gonna say Storm. Yeah, it's Storm Monroe is a good one as well, and Sherelle's World. She does a lot of celebrity news, and Inside Edition as well. But yeah, so and I'm gonna, it's a little story time because this is a small, intimate crowd today, and I don't want to make this all serious, but it is a serious matter. Um, and you said a lot of times someone can't believe they've been rejected, right? And if you heard in the beginning, when I showed you about the Inside Edition, it was reported that he said that if you try, if he, if you try to leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. So you're trying to guilt a person because they want to leave. And you're right, Miss Hortense, a lot of people, because they are not used to rejection, he seems to me like a pretty boy, kind of someone that is he gets a lot of attention from the opposite sex and maybe some of the same sex. But he gets a lot of attention from women, and he's used to it. So the fact that he, like I said, he doesn't work. He said he was a fitness trainer, right? But he doesn't work. And let's just be honest, if you don't work and your woman is a celebrity, like I would say Kiki is probably A-list celebrity, to some people, because she is very popular. Like people know her. She's had a game show. She was on a talk show with I forget his name, but he used to play football, and he was with Nicole Murphy at one point. I forgot his name, but she was on that talk show before. So she is pretty well known around the world for the most part. And yeah, for CC, before a younger like 20s, 30s, that kind of maybe, I like chocolate men, so I can't. But hey, I'll take a light skin too. Just depend. But anyway, so she's been around, and like I said, she's worked with some of the I would say highest paid celebrities, from Cedric the Entertainer, Angela Bassett, Lawrence Fishburne, and the list goes on. Hey Rocco, what's good, boo? Michael Strahan. Okay, yeah, Michael Strahan. She was working with him on a talk show for a while. So I forgot the name of it. But she has been out here. So she's getting paid. If it's nothing but just being a celebrity and coming to a place and showing people, going to a club, doing a pop-up, she's gonna get paid for that. Anything she does, she's gonna get paid for it. Hey Larry, what's good, boo? And so that is something that he looked at. That's like a meal ticket. And she's a singer, right? And she's a dancer. So she's very talented, and she doesn't have a problem with making money. And to me, that's like his meal ticket, especially if he don't work. And I always remember, if a man don't work, he don't eat. You know what I'm saying? So she's a meal ticket for him. I'm gonna just say that. Now I could be wrong, but that's what I see. She's a meal ticket for him. So he gonna say, well, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. Now, if somebody leave you, you might be hurt, but to kill yourself, you have a mental problem. You have hey Thug Life, what's good? Good to see you. Good to see you. You have a mental problem. Anybody that says that, you have a problem. Number one, you have a control problem, because you can't get your way, because you might have been used to getting your way, right? Before Kiki might not had any boundaries, to the point to where she was like, she just kind of let things go when she should have paid more attention to it. But when you're young and you're going through these type of relationships, you don't think like that. You just like, well, maybe that's something that I have to go through because that's what, we have to go through. Some people think that because they haven't been taught any better, and they haven't seen any type of healthy relationships around them. Hey, Mrs. M, what's good? Good to see you, sweetie. They haven't seen anything better. So she may have been used to all of the toxic behavior, and she adapted herself to it until it was kind of like, you know what? Just because I had a child with you, I don't have to put up with it. She did, on November the 9th, filed for a restraining order, as well as asking for full custody of her son. Now, that is something that's extreme, and that's what she feels is best for her. And when I say extreme, what I'm saying, I'm not going to say extreme, that's really major. So that this situation is very crucial. She really fears for her life. She really fears for her life. So she feels like this is what she needs to do. She got temporary sole custody for right now. But I'm pretty sure with the footage that has been, that they have, policemen have, or the detectives have seen, I'm pretty sure that they're going to press, her. I know she's going to press charges, and I know that that's something that it's going to work in her favor. This footage is going to work in her favor, as well as in front of a judge. Cece said he broke in her home. I thought that they were living together. Okay, she said, still think it's a little tasteless for a mom, but she's a young mom. She is. And if you haven't been taught better, you're learning as you go how to deal with stuff. And sometimes you get it wrong, and sometimes you get it right. And she's in the Hollywood world. So she's been adapted, and she's been single for a long time too. So she's young. So I wouldn't say single for a long time, but she hasn't had as many relationships. So she is really, in some ways, kind of green. And that's what we all go through in our early 20s. If y'all can remember, some of you, when you were in your, late teens, coming up to your 20s, you did some stupid things in relationships. You were a kid, basically, but she's 30. Okay. Even in your 30, in my early 30s, I wasn't, well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. In my 30s, I have always been, if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. I don't care if you 200 some pounds, muscle bound. I don't care. You gotta go to sleep sometime. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you back. So I'm a little different from Kiki. In my early 30s, late 20s, first of all, I'm just going to be honest with you. I've never dealt with anything like that, ever. Number one, my temper is bad when I'm very upset, right? So there's only so much I'm going to tolerate anyway. So it was kind of like I can't really relate to her. I've had a lot of insecurities. I've had some things that have happened to me as well, but I have never been a person that's just like, I deserve this. This is okay. This is normal for me. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that type of person. I've always been a person, I'm going to find a way to hit you. I may be scared shitless, but I'm going to find a way to get to you. I'm going to find a way, right? You got to go to sleep sometime. So that's have been my personality, you know. So I can't relate to her in that way, but I can understand. I did, and this is story time. You know, like I said, this is a intimate crowd today. I had a cousin, one of my older cousins that her mother was very she was very religious, but she was also in some ways kind of abusive. What is that? Spare the rod, spoil the child kind of situation, you know, that some overly religious people believe in. And there's nothing wrong with disciplining your child, but beating your child and um, redirecting them is two total different things. And she would beat, you know, my cousin. She would beat all her kids. And my uncle, who was my mother's brother, one of her brothers, he was more passive. And, you know, she was a daddy's girl, basically. So she would run to my uncle, which was her dad, you know, to kind of protect her from her mom. And when she grew up, because she wanted to get away from her mother, and get away from the whole, you know, super religious kind of atmosphere. She left and got married to this guy that kind of loved bomb her. And you guys that are not familiar with love bomb, it's basically when a person shows you overly affection, like you're the only person in the world, that they got your back, that you're the best thing since sliced bread. And it's just almost over exaggerated, right? And that's what love bombing is. And he was very like he wanted to take her away from, you know, all the pain she was dealing with her mother, and put her and you know, take care of her. And you know, he wanted him, you know, her to be his wife. And so she ended up marrying him. But what she didn't see is when she married him, the monster that he really was. And he beat her every day, right? And, you know, my cousin would fight back. She wasn't one of those women that didn't fight back, but she did fight back. But she was also very afraid of him as well. And one time she told him, the very last time, she said, "If you touch me again, I'm going to kill you." So she left him. She moved away. And he came to you know, to basically whoop her again for leaving. And she pulled out, I think it was a 22. I believe she shot him in the head. Yeah. And he is no longer here. And that was before I was born. I believe it was in the either in the mid to late 70s that this happened. Because her daughters are older than me. So it happened in the either mid to late 70s when this happened. So all I'm saying is some women they're not going to take you putting their hands on them, and vice versa. Like I said, it's some men that have been abused as well. And they like, look, you ain't gonna keep putting your hands on me. And that's why I said you need to watch where you put your hands and check your behavior, right? If a person brings out the worst in you, don't waste your time in the situation. It's only going to get worse, not better. And that's what people need to realize. There is people that change, but that is few and far in between. And that's just my opinion on it. And I really believe that even though Kiki had a lot of insecurities, she had a lot of situations going on for her. I believe that because she has so many insecurities and because, she just had a baby not too long ago, sometimes that can cause you to stay in a situation longer than you should. And hopefully with this happening, hopefully she will sever her ties with this man. Now, he can get help, and hopefully he can get help and maybe be a better man, to be a better father for his child. And she needs to get therapy as well, because there has to be something in you that you are attracting or accepting this type of behavior. And money and fame definitely cannot buy you happiness. It can't buy you safety all the time. You can have 5 bodyguards, but if a man or a woman wants to get to you, they can get to you to try to kill you, right? So yeah, you just have to be very careful on who you're dealing with. I'm going to share another video, a little bit of Storm Monroe. I think I see. Let's see. And I hope you guys are having a good time. I will have an open panel if some would like to come up. You are more than welcome.
Footage of ex-boyfriend allegedly abusing her released in a restraining order plea. All right. This is screenshot number 1. Screenshot number 1.
Do y'all see this? Now, this is the same thumbnail that I have up. You see her on the ground. You see a little black, like a space here. I guess that's hiding her buttocks. Maybe she doesn't have any underwear. She does have underwear on, but that's to cover that. But you see he's raising his hand up in the air to strike her. She has her hands trying to protect her face. I wonder where this child is while he's doing this. And this should be something for any father that sees this. And hopefully her father is still in her life. I'm not for sure. But I know for any father that sees their daughter being abused by another man, I know that's heart-wrenching. Because you are not there to protect your child.
This is insane. Now, as you can see, her couch has been moved. Baby, they've been tussling. Ain't no way a man doing my baby like this and this Negro's not dead. Her family need to lay hands on him, period.
Yes.
Now she absolutely needs to get full custody or restraining order. He can go about his business. He can see his son when his son 18, because this is ridiculous.
You can see this is probably been going on. She said 2 years. I can believe it. And he's right. They have been tussling. Look at that couch. It's some stuff that's been going on in that house. But in the camera, when the camera's flashing and she's taking pictures, she's happy. She's grateful. She has so many great things happening for her. She loves life. She's happy, right? That's what you see when the cameras are flashing. But that's not what's really all going on. That's why I say, I used to say, oh, I wish I was a celebrity. I wish I had this, I had that. You don't know what these people are going through behind closed doors. Hell, I don't know what you're going through behind closed doors. You don't know what I'm going through behind closed doors. So that's why you should never judge people quickly and think certain people have it all together, because you'll find out that they don't.
Look how much bigger he is. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the lane. This is the educated lane. And this was November 5th. This was just 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at because they in LA, but if you look at the window, all right. If you look, no, yes, he tossed her over the couch. Remember, we was just talking about that. Now, if we look at the window, all right, it's daytime. That same evening, he talking about the Eagles game. So you done whipped her ass, and then now you going to talk about the game. People, niggas is crazy.
Yes, that's very crazy. But you can see he don't have no concern. He's used to probably doing that to her. The woman that he had a baby with, you know what I'm saying? I bet he was happy that she got pregnant because he knew he was going to be connected to her forever. You know what I'm saying? Meal ticket, you know? And like I said, she has her responsibility in it as well. And what I mean by that is, women, you have to protect yourself. You have to know before you really decide to let somebody squirt up in you, is this somebody that I actually can raise a child with or be with number one, and raise a child with. You know, sometimes you're a fool because you do have some men, they are notorious for being Casanova. I mean, they really can put it on you. But you got to take your time to get to know people. And sometimes we go by what we want to see rather than what it really is.
Yeah, that's him. All day long. You see the black bar over her buttocks area. She probably ain't got no shorts on, just some panties. She in the house chilling. He came over to the house unannounced. So he broke into the house.
My God.
And started going ham. Mind you, they broke up last month. Mind you, he probably trying to come get back in. It's the holidays, baby. Winter is here. People get weird. He thought he's finna cuddle back up. He looked like he's striking her right there. He doing her like Stassi did Shelly on Bad Girls Club. You gotta be an evil bitch to ball your fist and hit a woman. I'm sorry. You gotta be an evil nigga. And your brother ain't shit either. Here's another screenshot on that same couch.
Dang. Now look like right here he's choking her right here. Wow. And to answer your question right, Dawn, what about the regular girls that get beat? And see, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what people are going through behind closed doors. That's why we can't judge people to think people have it together or people are happy. A lot of people that be smiling, they're not really smiling. They're just faking the funk because that's what it takes to keep people out your business. Because some people, especially like just regular people like me and you, they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed that they are going through this situation with someone. So they don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, the regular women or the regular men are being I would say they are ending up in some tragedy some tragic stories. You know, you hear about this all the time. Husband shot his wife, a boyfriend shot his girlfriend, a girlfriend shot her husband. I remember it was a story. I think it happened last year. The lady, now this was a woman, had a relationship with a man or whatever, and they was, having some issues. He wanted to break it off. And he was that same week, he was planning to go see his son play in a football game. Well, she done killed the man. I think she shot the man in his head or whatever and dismembered his body. And they found, his body dismembered, but they haven't found her. She's on FBI Most Wanted, and it was a situation where, and I'm talking about women and men right now, but there was a situation where a woman was in a, one of those relationships where y'all together but not really together, that kind of thing. But they had a baby. They just had a baby like a few months ago, but they were having so many issues. He was like, "Man, I'm done with you." And he was like in his early 20s. She was in her, I think she was 30. She was in her, early 30s. And he said he was done with her, and he moved out of the apartment, that they were in, and he went to a hotel. She goes to the hotel trying to knock down every door to find him, because she know he in that hotel, one of them hotel rooms. Ended up, he come to the door like, "Man, leave me alone. What you want? I don't want to be with you no more." Shot him and killed him. See, that's what I'm saying. And it don't just happen to women. It happens to men too. And that's what people forget. Either way, keep your hands to yourself. And why do you have to kill people that don't want to be with you no more? Some things you just suck it up and you move forward the best way you can. You don't keep engaging in a situation just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You're going to end up being dead in the process. Try not to hurt anybody's feelings. Because some women that do stay in relationships, they say, "Well, he's been rejected by people all his life. I don't want to leave him like other people have left him." That kind of thing. So they stay around until the man kills them. I don't know. One of my favorite movies, all-time movies, is What's Love Got to Do with It? Number one, because me and Tina Turner, my birthday is before hers, so that's why I just love Tina Turner anyway. But that when it was a scene in there where her friend Jackie was asking, "Why won't you leave him?" "I don't want, I can't. She said, "Because it's so many people that have left him, and I don't want to be one of those people that leave him too." And she got blood all over her face, busted lip, busted eye. But she concerned about not leaving him because other people have rejected him or left him. And this is the psyche of some people that have had some type of abuse or abandonment or rejection. They really deal with some psychological problems that cause them to stay in situations like this. And it, like I said, it starts from just a regular woman and a woman that is a celebrity. We all are, in some ways, are universal. Number one, we all want love. That's a universal thing that most normal people want, unless they're a serial killer. And even then, maybe something happened to them when they was babies where they didn't get that, but that love and that affection from their mother. I don't know. But a lot of things is universal would be love. And we all want it. We all desire it. We all desire to be one to someone, right? That's special to someone. And so when we have a lot of different trauma growing up and we don't see that, or we see very little of it, we become adapt to thinking certain things are normal when they're not, if that makes sense. And I hope that I'm not talking in circles with you guys. I hope that you guys are understanding kind of what I'm saying. But some of us will not ever experience that because we already, that's not our temperament. And there's just some things that certain people, you kind of know what you'll deal with. You kind of know what you want, for the most part. But we end in situations because we don't get the help that we need when we need to get it. And unfortunately, for people that are poor, that are, low income, they don't know that there is actually resources that help with counseling where you don't have to pay a lot of money. Sometimes you don't have to pay any money at all. But if you're not aware of it, sometimes you don't know how to get the help that you need. Okay? And that's just for regular people that's walking around. And some people, like I said, they're so used to seeing it. They're so used to being around it or being in it. They adapt to it. That's something that is normal for them. So let's play a little bit of this.
And you know the crazy thing is that Kiki was still protecting him, because after he did this 4 days ago. Why was the police not called?
4 days ago, and she filed for the restraining order and for custody on November the 9th. And this has been happening for 2 years.
This was 4 days ago. That's as big as I can. I can zoom in some more.
So it looks like he's choking her.
Now I'm assuming the baby is in one of the in its room. I don't see the baby in the living room, but maybe the baby's in there somewhere, just not in the camera view. Start sending these Negroes to jail. Stop being embarrassed. Stop trying to protect somebody that ain't protecting you. She low-key did that same shit Megan did, not wanting to call the police. Call the police. That's the only thing they're going to understand, because you can't beat them physically. You shoot them, they try to lock you up. You can't even count on your family to whoop his ass and have your back. Start calling the police. You know the crazy thing? My grandmother said, not the one that's dead, the one that's still alive on my mama's side. She said when my grandfather used to beat her, she wouldn't call the police because she didn't want him to get in trouble. She would just call his sister or his brother, and then when he would sober up, then she would let him come back home.
See, that's what I'm telling you. This is some of the people's psyche when they are abused. They don't want the other person to get in trouble. Even though this person is beating the hell out of them, they don't want to do anything because they don't want that person to go to jail, or if that person has a good record, for them to have a bad record and maybe lose their job because maybe that person is the sole provider. You know, most of the time, sometimes women that are abused, like regular, just everyday women, they are usually the housewife. You know, she takes care of the kids, she takes the kids to school, the house is clean, the food is cooked, the man is out, especially sometimes in the Hispanic community. And the women go out, the men go out, and the woman is at home. So when they are going through domestic violence situations, they're not going to call the police, because their husband is the sole provider. And if their husband doesn't work, they might not have the education, or the qualifications, because maybe they have never worked before. So they feel like this is my only way. I have to deal with this. This is what my mom put up with. This is what my grandmother put up with me, with. So this is what I have to deal with. And plus, I can't afford to be out on my own with my kids. But a lot of these women are not aware of the different programs that actually help, and even men that are not aware of programs that actually help domestic violence victims.
And she did that for years.
Hey, CKJ, what's good?
And it's just sad how that's ingrained into women's head, to protect somebody that then just raped you, choked you, slapped you, punched you, tussling.
Mhm.
Start calling the police. Okay. So let's go down. Hold up. So this was from November 5th, right? It's another view right there. Look like he dragging her. Now right here, he has
You heard him. This was November the 5th. So this was before she did file the restraining order.
He's trying to get the phone out of her hand right there.
He's trying to get the phone. She's trying to call the police.
I don't know if y'all can tell. I can tell right there. They tussled, okay, and he already knows. She finna call the police. I'm finna get this phone.
Yep, I can see that.
This is wild. This is wild. And what's clear is that he been doing this. He been beating on her. He's done. He's done. He's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's been 2 years. 2 years. And this is Storm Monroe. So if you would like to check out some more on his commentary, check him out. As well as B with the T. Is also a good. Hey, Meek Meek. He's also a good person to watch about celebrity news. But I'm going to put the link in the chat for those who would like to come up to talk about it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And you guys can always join my membership as well as either Cash App or Super Chat. I would truly appreciate whatever you do. But always, if you can, remember to press the like button. Yeah, so anybody would like to come up and talk about whatever, the subject was. We're talking about domestic abuse, about this particular situation. If you have a story of either being a victim or someone that maybe have partake in this, and you have grown and matured to know, that that's not the person that you want to be. That's a blessing as well. Chicky, what's good, Chicky D?
Hey, Selena.
Yeah. So what did you kind of take from all of this?
Nothing really, because she put up with it for 2 years.
Okay.
That's how I see it. Why did she wait until now to complain about it?
Mm-hmm.
And why on earth did she have a baby with him if he was so abusive?
I kind of talked about that a little earlier, and for you, it's probably totally different because you have a different temperament than her. Soul ties, and when I say soul ties, when you have some type of intimate connection with someone, you love someone, you're in love with someone. Sometimes some people, because of whatever they've been through, or whatever they've seen in their life, that they've been on here in this world, and they've had situations, they might have thought that it was normal. Okay. And then some women and men, when they do form these soul ties with people, sometimes it is hard to, even though they see that this person has bad behavior, toxic behavior, sometimes it's hard to get away from that person because you think about all the good times that you did have with that person, and you overlook the person that they really are, if that makes sense. Not, and it, like I said, your temperament is kind of one of those temperaments, kind of like mine. I don't give a damn how much I love you.
Right.
Don't put your hands on me. Okay. And I have always been that type of person, man or woman. Don't put your hands. That's the worst thing you could ever do to me, because after that, I'm coming out swinging. But everybody is not like me or you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some different attachments with people, it's hard for them to break away from it. And I think that because of some of the things that she's been through, maybe some things that she saw, maybe some things that she didn't see, and she may have thought that this behavior in a relationship is normal. And then some people, like when you love somebody, sometimes it's hard for some people to just be like, I'm done with you, even though this person is beating the hell out of them. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
So it's crazy, but we're all not the same, and we all don't react the same to every situation. Where if somebody hit me, I'm gonna hit their ass back. Or if I can't hit them because they're stronger than me, I'm gonna make sure I get a weapon. You know what I'm saying? But somebody else might, take it a little longer.
No, I'm the same way. Especially if I tell you don't touch me
Right.
and you do it anyway, all bets off.
Yeah.
But like you said, everybody's not like us.
Yeah, and I see it too, Meek. I think she can probably have a little mouth on her because she seemed like she can be a smart ass, most young women, they'll tell you exactly how they feel, and they probably get up under a man's skin. But again, I never think just because you can get under a man's skin with words that he need to put his hands on you either. Not saying that you said that, but I'm just saying. And vice versa. I keep saying vice versa because I don't want nobody saying, well, you didn't say nothing about the man, because men do go through this too. So I'm saying vice versa. That means it goes both ways. How you doing, CKJ? What's good?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Hey, I'm careful on these pull up paddles anymore, but I know I'm safe with you, so I can mess with you, right?
Right. What's good? So
But anyway,
uh-huh.
let me just say this. I met my girl essentially through a situation with domestic violence.
Right.
Okay. And she's a very strong person. And but at the time I wasn't my best. I was still caught up in the streets at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I dealt with it in a way that I only knew how to deal with it. And that is, you strike, I'm gonna strike further. But I can say
Right.
this, okay? When it comes to women, particularly with men, um, when a woman tells you that they've been through domestic violence, and no matter if it's her fault, their fault, both fault, it doesn't matter. You have to give yourself pause to listen to where she's coming from. And I say that for a reason, because there's no way that that woman is going to be able to trust you or to be able to believe in you having her best benefit at heart if you're not understanding of what she's been through.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's gonna be some people that's gonna say, "Oh man, CKJ on some bullshit, he on some soft and cuddly." Well, you know what? Cool, I'll do that because I got 5 daughters. So I'm gonna be on some soft and cuddly because I got
Right.
daughters. Okay.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I think it's very important for people to understand that when you deal with the issue of domestic violence, that you hear that person out, that you hear their story, and that you bring a remedy to them to let them know that you anything other than what they've experienced.
Right.
But then you have to walk it. You can't just talk it. You got to walk it.
Right.
Because that woman is going to be watching. She's going to be listening to see what you do.
Let me ask you this, CKJ. Since you have 5 daughters, if you were to see a man raise his hand as your daughters, tell me what you would do.
Wow. You know what? You need to stop, man. Let me just put it this way. There's 2 ways that I can respond. I can respond my old way, and that is I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let it get down with the get down. That's a whole nother response, okay?
Right.
And it might not be legal, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Okay.
Okay. I
But
got
being the person that I'm trying to be today, I'm gonna have a conversation with that person. But I'm
uh-huh.
gonna let that person know very clearly that if it ever happened again, I'm gonna leave it like that.
Uh-huh. Okay. Gotcha.
Because they're
So
my girls. They're my girls, you know.
yeah,
And one of my girls is part of the LGBT community. And so
okay.
she deals with other issues. She's the one that gave me my 2 grandbabies, her and a partner. You know, so that's a
Okay.
whole nother bag of nuts if you really want to
All
go there.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
We don't have to
I
go there.
know. Yeah, see, like I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
let me ask Chicky. Chicky, you have boys and
Hey, Chicky, how you doing, baby girl?
Hey, CKJ, I'm
What's
good.
up, Mom? All right,
you
cool.
you have boys and girls. So if, say for instance, well, men and women. So say for instance, if a woman was abusing your son, um, how would you feel? What would you do? Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I want to know what Chicky,
Yeah.
what would you feel
Come on,
about?
Well,
Chicky.
with my
Come on,
son,
Chicky. What's happening? What you gonna do, Chicky? Come on.
well, if it was my sons, I wouldn't have to do anything because they like, you hit
Exactly.
me, I'm going to hit you back. Now,
Yeah.
my daughters,
Yeah.
on the other hand, my youngest daughter is like me. You hit her, she gonna hit you back.
Right,
That's my youngest daughter.
That's
Now,
what's
my
right.
up.
oldest
Yeah.
daughter, she's not gonna do nothing. She's just gonna
Oh,
sit there and take it.
okay.
Wow.
And that happened once when my younger daughter was visiting, and her boyfriend decided he was gonna hit her. Well, my younger daughter hit him, and then she called the cops.
There you go. That's what's up.
Right.
Let me ask, can you ask Chicky this? What was the difference between her daughter answering the way she did and her youngest daughter? I'm just curious. What made that happen like that in her mind, Chicky's mind?
Chicky, answer.
Well, my younger daughter did what I would have done if I was there.
Okay. All
Because
right.
my younger daughter is just like me. Don't touch me, don't touch mine.
I
Right.
heard that.
And see, I'm like that too, you know, like I said, you know, and you know, some men are stronger than you, you know, or bigger than you. So that's where I would be like, okay, I'm gonna find me a weapon. You know, I'm just gonna find a weapon because we
Watch the
ain't
Texas folks. They like pulling them guns out. Watch the Texas folks. They like them guns down there. You know how they go.
look, we ain't doing none of that. I mean, like, we ain't doing none of that.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
like I said,
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago. My dad taught me keep your hands to yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
know what
ma'am.
I'm saying? Because a
Yeah.
man is always, you know, even the most puniest man is gonna be stronger than you. That's, you know, biologically. That is, it is what it is. Even though it's some strong women, it's some women that can fight. You know, a man is always going to be biologically, for the most part, stronger. So you keep your hands to yourself, and that man keep his hands to himself. And that's how you work that out, you know, work with that. Now, if you feel like I said in the beginning, if you feel like the person just really triggers you in a lot of different areas, your best bet is probably to move around, because that person is going to bring the worst out of you, and you're going to bring the worst out of them. And there you go, the recipe for disaster. So
hey, Selena, can I ask you something? Have you been personally ever a part of a situation like that?
No, like I said before, I have not ever.
Okay, cool.
And God willing, God willing, I hope I won't ever experience that, because like I said, y'all will see me on the news, and it will not so
hey, Pastor, you go.
Yeah. It's something,
I heard that. I heard that.
I
That's
can
what's happening.
forgive. I can forgive, but it's gonna be after I done shot you.
Oh my
That
goodness. Oh wow.
dude,
That's good.
Nick said a dude hit
Yeah,
my
yeah.
daughter. She's packing two things. He better
Mm-mm.
beware it. And I tell females, I raised my son not to hit women,
There
but
you
if
go.
you
There you
hit
go.
him, worry about reflex. And I hope he walks away. I know that's right.
I know that's right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
guys, I have had a great time
yeah.
with you guys. Like I said, I am going to enjoy the rest of my Friday, but
Oh
I
Lord.
wanted to have this live because, like I said, it was a subject that everybody on mostly on YouTube was talking about, and I was just like, you know what? I have some kind of insight on some of this too because of the things, because it's always somebody in your family or somebody that has experienced domestic violence. Domestic
Yeah,
violence
yeah,
reaches all the
yeah.
way to a celebrity, all the way down to somebody in Section 8. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
unfortunately, we have people that cannot keep their hands to themselves. And they're
Right.
in situations like this. And then they got the nerve to bring kids in it, you know?
Mm,
So
mm.
this is sometimes I say it's a generational curse at times, because some people pass it on to their kids and their kids pass it on, and that's all they know how to do is communicate with their hands instead of communicating with their mouth, you
Right,
know.
right, right,
So
right.
and it's very prevalent in the African American community, and this it's a worldwide thing. It's not just African Americans, and it's worldwide. It's in every culture. There's abuse, domestic violence, women and men. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to bring that even more of awareness that if you can't be with someone, if someone triggers you beyond the point where you can't handle yourself, do yourself a favor and exit stage left. Basically,
Mm.
remove yourself from the situation, from the relationship, because guess what? It's going to destroy you in the end. Okay.
Absolute, absolute,
Thank you,
absolute.
Chicky D, my girl.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
you coming, victim unit. Ow.
Now.
And then yeah, I gotta put that in there. And
Yeah, I know. I mean,
yeah, so
hey,
guys,
Chicky, it's nice talking to you, Mama.
You too, CKJ.
All right,
and
all right.
I hope that CKJ, I appreciate you coming and giving your wisdom as well as your insight on what you would do. And I appreciate that so much. And that's incredible that you have 5 daughters. So it's very
Yeah, trust me, it take a lot of patience, man. Ooh, wee. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
Look,
All right.
I understand. Well, I was
Yeah,
a daddy's girl as well, so I get.
yeah.
So, guys, I hope that you guys have a nice night tonight. If you haven't got any rest, get some rest. If you are gonna go out, please be safe. It's a lot going on out there in this world today. And just be careful. Watch your surroundings as well. I might come back. I have a live schedule tomorrow about burning bridges. I might change
Yeah.
it around a little bit, and I might not go in the angle that I was going to go originally. But I am thankful for the guys that came by. You can always super chat me at Selena Star. You can also join my membership. Administration is working on my Discord. Well, I'm gonna call it One Accord that I'm having. So I want to be able to give my members that. So guys, please help me out with that. The memberships, as well as my other 2 channels that I'll be kind of venturing into as well, coming up in a few weeks. I'm trying to get through this week. I have one more week before Thanksgiving holiday. week where I'm having the whole week off. So that's a blessing. And that's my birthday week, y'all, on the 25th of November. Yes, yes, yes. So I might do me a birthday celebration, memberships, subscribers only. Just so you guys can come with me or whatever I'm doing that day. But I really want to thank you guys for sticking around. Like I said, this is a live that, some people would like to talk about, have conversations. And yeah, I'm just trying to spread my wings and fly a little bit. So thank you guys for your love and your support. I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. And remember, if nobody else told you, Selena loves you to Reese's Pieces. Everybody be blessed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.